Here I'll show you how to make a couple different types of stems for origami flowers. I'll show you how to make a simple green stem for a single flower like this. And I'll also show you how to arrange flowers so they look like they're growing off of a branch. I'm using pipe cleaner for all of the stems in this video. You'll also want some floral wrap tape, brown for branches like this, and green for stems like this. And we'll need a pair of pliers to cut through the pipe cleaner, something like these two here. To start, we'll take a pipe cleaner and a flower and simply poke it through the bottom of the flower, like so. Now gently feed the pipe cleaner through the flower. Before you push the pipe cleaner straight through the flower, we need to stop and make an anchor at one end of the pipe cleaner. I like to do this by folding the end into a Y shape. Fold down like so, and then fold back on itself to make a T shape, and finally use your finger to poke into the center and turn it into a Y shape. I don't mind using my hands, but you might want to use tweezers or pliers to bend the pipe cleaner for safety's sake. This anchor that we've created will keep the pipe cleaner from pulling through the bottom of the flower. Depending on the look you're going for, you might want to leave the pipe cleaner exposed somewhat because it looks a little bit like pollen on a flower. In this case though, I'm going to pull it down to the bottom of the flower and give it a pinch so it fits snugly in the base there. And now our flower has a stem, but you probably haven't seen too many furry purple stems out in nature, so what we're going to do is use the stem wrap tape and turn this into a green stem. So now we'll pull off a length of floral wrap tape. Okay, I like to start a little bit below the base of the flower, and we'll wrap this around itself a couple times and then slowly start sliding our way up towards the base of the flower. As you wrap this tape and you pull it, it releases some of the glue in the tape. So make sure you're gently pulling on the tape as you wrap it around the flower. So for added stability, you actually want to cover the base of the flower with the stem tape. So we'll do this gently by wrapping over the base, like so. And then once we've got a small portion of the base covered, we'll wrap back down the stem of the flower. As we start to go back down the flower, the tape will start to bunch up on itself. That's okay because we'll cover it with the tape and it'll smooth out when we're done. And now that we've cleared the base of the flower, we can start pulling this at a sharper angle and twist it a lot faster and cover up the rest of the stem. And there you go, origami lily with a green stem. Okay, next I'll use this origami cherry blossom. And you'll notice it has a base that's triangular or cone shaped just like the lily was. For this I'll use a small piece of pipe cleaner and slide it right through the center of the cherry blossom just like we did before. But before I do that, we're going to make our anchor. This anchor is going to be a little bit different, and instead of a Y shape, I'm just going to roll it into a little ball and then bend it down like this. Now gently slide that through the bottom and then pull it all the way through. You'll notice that with this flower, we're leaving the anchor exposed because it kind of looks like pollen. And now, just like before, we're going to wrap the pipe cleaner in floral wrap tape. Start slightly below the base, work up towards the base, cover the base, and then work your way back down. You get the idea. So let me skip ahead a little bit. Okay, so here I've got a couple blossoms and I'm going to add them to another pipe cleaner to make it look like they're on a branch. I'll attach my blossom to the pipe cleaner by wrapping the stem around it. You can arrange your blossoms in pipe cleaner now to make them look more like a branch, but remember you'll have plenty of opportunity to do that after you've applied the floral tape. The rest of the process is very similar to making the stems as we did before, with three major differences. The first is that we're using brown tape. The second is that we're probably going to need to use lots of pieces of brown tape, because you don't want to use just one really long piece as it'll be hard to manage. Like before, it helps to start below the flower and then work our way up. And here's the third difference, wrapping the tape around the area where the flower and the branch meet. There's no one technique that I can recommend, but just keep in mind that you want to try to limit the amount of fuzzy pipe cleaner that's exposed. And that's pretty much it. Just keep wrapping until everything's covered. And if you want, use the same techniques to add even more flowers to your branch.